Killer Frost, the superhero. Let me explain. Over the course of the DC universe, there have been three main women to take on the mantle of Killer Frost. The first being Crystal Frost, a college student and scientist turned man-hating villain. The second being Louise Lincoln, friend of Frost and also a scientist turned villain. And finally, Caitlyn Snow, the subject of today's video. Caitlyn was a genius scientist who was recruited to Star Labs' Arctic outpost after the tragic death of the former lead scientist, Louise Lincoln. This was during the New 52, so DC rebooted the universe and tried to erase certain characters. So in this continuity, Dr. Lincoln was never Killer Frost, but instead was just a scientist. As the new lead at the outpost, Caitlyn was informed they were just a skeleton crew and they'd only be there for a month until the real scientist came in and continued the experiments. These experiments were mainly the self-sustaining thermodynamic alterconductor engine, which was more than just a bunch of words and was supposed to revolutionize the energy industry, but it also was what drove Dr. Lincoln crazy. Caitlyn, however, was so intrigued by this concept that she studied Dr. Lincoln's notes and continued working on the device, ultimately completing it. Upon this massive success, Caitlyn's co-workers knocked her out and placed her inside the machine. When Caitlyn awoke, her co-workers revealed they were working for Hive on behalf of energy companies to make sure this device doesn't see the light of day. They then activated the machine with Caitlyn still inside, who frantically tried to cut the power, but instead accidentally surged it with more power, causing a massive ice dome to go around the machine. The co-workers went to investigate, only to get grabbed by Caitlyn, who got a haircut, and that's the only noticeable difference. Caitlyn was now permanently cold, but her body still desired warmth, giving her the power to absorb the warmth out of people, which gave them hypothermia in seconds, killing them. Caitlyn also had the power to create ice, but unlike normal ice, this was purely organic, which is interesting. Caitlyn would hate what she had become, but her hunger for warmth would drive her mad. During a brief time where she was warm, Caitlyn designed a suit to sustain her warmth for longer, but it meant she still needed to kill, leading to her becoming the villain Killer Frost. During this time, Killer Frost went up against Firestorm, who was momentarily able to cure Caitlyn with his nuclear powers. Sadly, this was only momentarily, but knowing that this hero was the key to solving her condition, she became obsessed with him until she was captured and forced to join Task Force X. Because she wasn't really a villain by choice and was reformed by Belle Rev, Caitlyn would then go on to be recruited by Batman for the new Justice League of America, where she met and fell in love with Ryan Choi, aka the Atom. As of right now, I think they're still together because I haven't seen an official breakup, but I can't be for sure because comic relationships never really last that long.